Anyway, I think it's a bummer this show isn't around anymore because I think Robert Pattinson would be funny to just have as another Batman in it.
That's true.
We got Rexy back for another Batman episode. Rexy, you sound really different. Yeah.
Honestly, I think if we should get Robert Pattinson on Buffoons because look, when he was like in the Ghibli movie, I know he sounded weird. I know he got some cartoons he loves. He's gonna come on here and talk about fucking.
That's
goddamn.
Right. He did the weird like freaky bird thing.
He's gonna talk about cat scratch. Robert, this isn't Nicktoons month. I'm gonna talk about cat scratch. Okay.
Right. Do you know anything about Doug Tenapple? Well, unfortunately, we had to tell you.
He's like he wants to be on for the Brandy and Mr. Whiskers show. He says my journey's a lot like Mr. Whiskers.
Listen, if you said his journey was all like Brandy's, I'd be interested.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. We cannot transvestigate Batman. So
I feel like
maybe you can. You okay? No, you can't say that more. You of all people.
I can say anything. We're gonna say Wyatt. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I feel like Brandy and Mr. Whiskers and like Dave the Barbarian, that was like around the same time. Those are like shows. I don't think those are on Disney Plus. So it's just like the new generations. They don't get to. They don't get to watch it. They have to watch the fucking Gummy Bears and shit. They gotta watch all those old 80s Disney shows, but they can't watch the 2000s ones.
The issue with the sanitization of Disney is that they don't want you to remember that they used to make hot dog water. They don't want you to know that like they made a lot of dog water shows unless they're dog water and branded. Like the really shitty Iron Man cartoon, you can watch that. But you can't watch Fish Hooks. Not because like 30% of the cast is a predator, but for other reasons.
Listen, they got locked up in the Disney Vault. They're going to let Song of the South out before that.
Right.
Holy fuck. Also, new Buffoons drinking game. Take a shot every time we bring up motherfucking Fish Hooks. Why does it happen so much?
Or we implicate Alex Hirsch in some, completely slanderous way.
Oh, boy. The 2010s are going to be a fun time for y'all.
Oh, fuck, man. Jesus. Thank God we're not doing Gravity Falls.
Did he work on any Cartoon Network shows besides Flapjack?
No. Flapjack, I think, was his first gig, and because I remember he talked about it pretty negatively, honestly. Like, he was like, yeah, this just wasn't, like, a very, like, well-run ship or whatever. Like, the crew wasn't... Like, I feel like he was... this might be wrong. It might just be, like, internet nonsense. But I just remember him being, like... kind of negative about being on there, and then like Fish Hooks, he kind of was just like thrown into there as like a middleman between like all these other people like Maxwell Adams and whatever that were like also in charge of the show. Gravity Falls was really like his first like true thing that he like was a showrunner on.
It was bad.
Have we started the episode?
I mean, no.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
I'm Batman. In this week's episode of Cartoon Buffoons, I'm Wyatt, and who is here with me today, as always?
Hello, I'm Morgan, and I'm Cyborg 0069.
Oh, shit. And who is our very special guest for the fourth time coming back on Cartoon Buffoons?
Forcing gay people on the internet to talk about cartoons they like, you perfidious podcasters.
That's good. I was gonna think of a like alliteration thing for Batman. Actually, you didn't say your name, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm Robert Patterson.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Robert Patterson.
But yeah, back for the fourth time. Hi, it's me, Rexy. They got me on another Batman show.
Yep, this is the second Batman show, the fourth show in general we've had you on, because we did the two Justice League shows. We did The Batman, and now we're doing Batman Brave and the Bold. No idea if you want to come back for Beware the Batman, but...
Listen, I absolutely do.
Right, okay.
I have stuff to say. Oh, do you not want to come back for this Batman cartoon? Get real.
Yeah,
no
come
one
on.
has seen
Cartoon
Beware
Network,
the
get
Batman.
real.
Beware the
Yeah, that's
Batman
why
is Schrodinger's show. No one has seen it. I don't know if it exists.
That's why I need to talk about it. I'm the only person who watched it.
Yeah, I think the only footage of it I've seen is in the final episode of Batman the Brave and the Bold. That was the first time I ever saw footage of it. And that might have been a joke. Like, that might have just not been real.
Wyatt,
so.
I have great news. That was a joke.
Okay.
None of that footage is from a show that exists. They spent $300 million on a 40-second gag.
Which is very good.
That's super fucking fun. No, but like, are you now the guest that's been on the most?
I think so.
Gee, I might be. There's a lot of Batman shows, I guess.
Yeah, because
fuck.
We've had, what is it, Velvet
twice.
She was on twice. Tosh was on twice for the 2 Ben 10 shows.
Is Buster 3?
Buster, I think, was just 2 because it was just, it was Fantastic Four, which was like not actually that bad, which is shocking because we talked about that last time. That it was going to be bad, but then it turned out to be good, or at least
just looks ugly,
like solid.
It's ugly.
Yeah, it's
ugly,
hideous.
but the show's all right.
Right? Yeah, it looks like
that
Code
does describe
Lyoko.
a lot of Marvel's animated output.
Yeah, and then yeah, we had Buster out for Transformers Animated, and then Broden we had on twice for Time Squad and Teen Titans. And
I guess I think just like the sheer amount of times we talk to Buster about cartoons makes it feel like more. But yeah that's fair. Okay.
Okay, so we're here. We're talking about Batman, the Brave and the Bold. This one is actually one that I've seen a decent amount of episodes of before this, but not to get into my history. Rexy, you're the freaking guest, so why don't you tell everybody, what is your history with this show? I mean, we probably talked about your history with Batman in general last time, but I don't know, go over it again. It's fine.
Yeah, well, this show came out when I was I think junior year of high school, maybe. So I was at just the right age to appreciate a new superhero cartoon, and at just the perfect age to see this Batman cartoon and fucking hate it.
Right, yeah.
I saw just clips and images of this, and I was like, this isn't what Batman's supposed to be. Batman is a dark, serious character who should be treated with the utmost respect. I heard there was Batman makes jokes in this, and I was like, how dare you?
Now, at this time, were you aware of Silver Age or just the Adam West show, in general? Were you?
This is embarrassing. I was, in the sense that I was like, that's dumb stuff for kids.
Hearing this about the most bit-forward person I know is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Listen, this was before I transitioned,
Right, yeah.
you transitioned and you were like, yeah, new pronouns, and also, I'm a little silly, you know?
I was like...
The estrogen activated
took my first pill
all
and
of the Twitter posts of, yeah, this is a funny thing. I'm just going to make this funny joke or observation here.
I took my first pill and I was like, wait a minute, I love Kurt Swan.
But yeah, that's...
So that was my initial reaction to it. And over time, I got older. I started taking comics a little less seriously. I went back and rewatched it, and I was like, hey, there's some really good stuff in there. This is a great little, tongue-in-cheek, lighthearted comedy show.
Yeah.
And then I watched it a few years later when I was even older. I was like, well, we'll get into it.
Yeah. I think that there's definitely... some nuance to the discussion rather than just it's the worst thing ever, it's the best thing ever, etc. Which I guess is true for all DC shows. Even BTAS has some pretty boring ass episodes in it. A lot of people forget about it, but
they were figuring it out.
Yeah, exactly. I can't really blame it too much because it's still I would rather watch it any fucking day over most of the stuff that was in the 80s. Even the quote unquote good shows in the 80s, it was just, it was stuff like DuckTales or, whatever, those Disney shows or even...
Well, you didn't want to watch Bonkers?
No, I don't know. I don't want to watch Bonkers.
Wyatt, you're going to...
Listen, they got reruns of Hong Kong Phooey running on Boomerang right now.
Wow, yeah.
Wyatt, you saying you don't like Thundercats and all that shit is gonna have the craziest people in our mentions again. Like when we talk bad on Ren and Stimpy. Jesus.
That's true. Yeah. A different group of trolls are gonna come.
Listen, I don't think you can say you have any opinion on any of the Thundercats shows without getting torn apart by someone.
Wait. You're telling me that you don't think Lion No's journey from being a child to a sexy man is weird? Fuck you, bro. Fuck you, dude.
I'm excited to talk about Thundercats Roar whenever we get to that. So
man,
that's like a few years from now.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something nobody ever said. You're right. Morgan, how about you? What's your history with this show?
With the Brave and the Bold? My history is I love all things Batman, and when this came out, I wasn't online yet.
Okay.
I was like, let's see, I started watching this like close to the end, so I was like 14 maybe. I was like going out and like skateboarding and partying, but I did have time for Batman Brave and the Bold. This show is this was my introduction to like a lot of characters I'm now weird about.
Yeah.
Which I think is great. Like Blue Beetle I met here. You know, like I got to know Guy Gardner really in this show also. Black Lightning is another great one.
I only know who like Blue Beetle and like Booster Gold and people like I only know those characters from this. So
yeah. You know, same. Like for a lot of it, like because there's some characters in here who don't even show up in Justice League that makes it really cool. Like Blue Beetle's the one that sticks out to me. Hell, even my favorite character, Red Tornado, has like a big role in this.
Oh yeah,
that's cool. Bait. By the way, that's bait for Rexy who hates Red Tornado.
Yeah, well, too bad you put it on the podcast, and everyone's gonna take it seriously.
No, but yeah, I remember being really into the show as a kid. I remember one thing I didn't like as a little preteen was I did hate the Joker's design in this. But I got over it. But this was one of those shows that like I don't really remember when it started. I just remember it was being on. And I remember having friends who were like, this isn't Batman. He's all jokey. And I'd be like, wow, you have no whimsy in your heart. What the fuck are you talking about?
You were like, shut up, Rexy.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. This show also inspired some art things for me, too. When I draw like stuff, like when I was drawing stuff for like dice and stuff, I did have like the Bruce Timm, but I also had this in my mind sometimes. Yeah. I do love the shape language in this fucking show.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say this show, like the art style, it took a while to grow on me, but once it did, like they do some amazing stuff with like angles and curves in this show.
There are things I don't like about it, like all the female characters, but
we'll get into that.
But in general, I was like, man, this show looks way better than I remember it looking, and I think I like it. Like I do like a lot of the designs in the Batman that we talked about, but this, I don't know, it just like it hits really well. It has that old school feeling to it. Obviously, it's what they're going for, but it also feels like a nice like revival kind of show. This and Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated are very similar stylistically. Where it's like, oh, we're taking these like old 50s, 60s sort of character designs and putting them in a more like a modern setting, kind of like these thick outlines and more like atmospheric lighting and things like that. I don't know. It's interesting to see, like, because that would come a couple years later. So it'd also be Warner Brothers. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that's one of the things that like stands out to me about this show, especially in the first season. It feels like. And like you said, Morgan, this was your introduction to a bunch of characters, and I think that was the case for a lot of kids watching the show, because they really pull from like all corners, all parts of the DC universe, including, you know, all the way back to like original 60s stuff, modern day stuff. This show came out when like the new Blue Beetle was just like a year old, so that's pretty impressive. Which I think is kind of what disappoints me about the later seasons, that they start to focus almost solely on Silver Age stuff. I feel like it loses some of that appeal.
It feels like the show definitely gets hit with a mandate of like, okay, guys, you've had your fun. Where's Superman? Like, it gets like someone's like, where is Superman and Wonder Woman? Yeah. Come on.
Apparently, they were like legally not allowed to use Superman and Wonder Woman for a little while because of mandates and stuff. Like, I think we talked about it on the Batman. Wonder Woman had a thing for a while where she couldn't appear in a show unless she was the main character.
Right. There was
which is still nuts.
Was that episode where Superman gets hit with red kryptonite? Was that the first time Superman appeared? Because, you know, of course.
Yes.
That was the first time, because I watched it, I was like, this feels like they're introducing Superman. There's no way he wasn't in the rest of the show, right? And then Like,
Nope.
Yeah.
And it's really good. It's one of their better episodes, I think.
Yeah.
It does a good job of showing Superman and Batman as friends and equals, I think.
And I will say, even though there's a lot of Silver Age stuff, and I'm not very well versed in comic history, I have read a lot of the Golden Age Superman comic strip stuff. Because I just like buying like comic collections, those like thick, you kill somebody like dropping on a kitten and they are dead, like books of like the Peanuts.
That's the metaphor you went to?
Yeah. the Peanuts
Wyatt.
or whatever.
Are you okay?
No, but I always like it reminded me a lot of that. Like it really leaned into that like 30s style rather than like the 50s or 60s.
I think when it comes to like inspirations of like how inspired the show is, I think it could have been so easy to not use Jaime as their Blue Beetle.
Oh, yeah.
And I think using him is so good because the show is so inspired by older eras, and you have like the old Green Arrow costume and like the old like Jay Garrick's your Flash and stuff, right? Jaime being the Blue Beetle here makes it feel like, oh yeah, Ted's gone. And it makes me like, I don't know if you guys saw Stargirl when it was on like HBO Max and stuff, but I've always loved the like use of like very old heroes getting replacements with young people, but they're still around these characters that feel very old in their own sense, you know? I think the interplay of like a very like old school style like Aquaman and Batman with just like a normal teen fucking rips. It's the best. Like
Yeah. I think that's like part of the thing. For a while, at least when I was growing up, DC, what they had over Marvel is they were the legacy company. They were more willing to let characters, get older or die off and be replaced by younger versions of the characters. Because you had, the Flash, you had Green Arrow, you had Atom, you had Blue Beetle. And that was something they had for a while that kind of fell by the wayside when they brought Barry Allen back. But Barry Allen is the character who ruined comics forever, so whatever. And you see that a lot in this show. Like, they focus a lot on legacy characters, at least for the first couple of seasons. Like, the version of Adam is the one from, like, 2006, Ryan Choi.
Yeah, it's Ryan Choi.
Pretty cool.
That's such a smart choice. Ryan Choi is such a big choice. They even have you, like, you meet Robin, and he becomes Nightwing in the same episode. And I think that's so fucking tight. It's really cool. I guess, do you want to talk about production, or do we want to talk about casting? Because there's so much in the show.
I kind of want I guess first of all, I guess my history just very briefly is like I didn't have any like preconceived notions of like what Batman should be really, even though I grew up with BTAS, like watching reruns of that on like Kids WB or whatever. But I still ended up really liking the show. Like when it was airing, season 1 I have the most memories of. Really, like when I was watching the few episodes I did of season 3, like none of them I remembered about it. To the point where like I remember people telling me like, oh yeah, the final episode is like this really meta thing with Batmite. And then I was like, oh yeah, maybe I saw that. And then I was like, no, that was just the first episode that Batmite appeared in season 1 that you're remembering, Wyatt. So I watched that, which is a very good episode, by the way. And I was losing my mind when they did like a full parody of the like Duck Tracy, like the Looney Tunes, the Great Piggy Bank Robbery, like down to the point of the like him like calling out all the like rogues gallery of people, and it's like. That scene, the famous like...
they were freaking out when they realized that Duck Tracy and Batman both had a villain called Eraserhead.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to rub you out, see?
I'm going to rub you out, see? I'm going to rub you out.
Good stuff. But yeah, that like... So, I just appreciate it. I think this was when I was in my sort of like... Like, I appreciated camp. I appreciated like... that kind of thing. I was a very gay 15-year-old straight boy when I was watching this show because I was really into like musicals and Disney and things like that. So it just like, yeah, what were you saying, Morgan?
You can't keep getting away with it. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I'm tired of it. You gotta go down on a man so bad. I'm tired of this bullshit. But yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry.
That'll be the final episode of Cartoon Buffoons.
What's up, guys? Hey, I'm
We're
Morgan, and I'm the second Powerpuff Girl. Anyway, wife's gonna have sex with a guy on radio. Here we go.
All right, I guess let's see.
This is our other Adult Swim special.
But yes, I had a lot of respect for the show, and there was some pretty good like episodes even in season 1 that I feel like kind of proved that the show did still have like good like emotional writing chops. Like there's the Tornado Tyrant episode that I remember like really leaving a big impact on me as a kid. And what else was there?
Yeah,
I mean the music.
How Red Tornado is sad and cries.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fuck off.
Was it the Music Meister one, which I was surprised that was in season 1.
The thing is, though, I feel like if you ever have a show and it's like a little bit nerdy and you plan on doing an episode about with musical, Doogie Howser will appear in your home and will go, "I'll voice him," with his little gay ass excited to be the character.
Man. And that
he
was
can't
like
do How I Met Your Mother anymore. He's got to do something.
Yeah, and that was like right when like Dr. Horrible sing along blog, like that's around that same time. It was either before or right after it. I know we don't like Joss Whedon, but
I like Joss Whedon. Has he done anything wrong? I don't.
Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? I think.
What a crazy joke I just made! What an insane joke! It's like they didn't. I don't read the newspaper, dude. Oh my god, he's in trouble.
Running for mayor, and
You know. At least we can rely on Louis C.K. You know.
Yeah, my favorite unproblematic comedian, Louis C.K. He. I did see. There was a comedian that made the joke that said, like, him going to the Riyadh comedy tour, that is the most disappointing thing that Louis C.K. has ever done.
He's like, you can't make jokes anymore. Well, I think it's okay, actually, that I can't make jokes. What a stupid fuck. But anyway, I think, and I just want to get into it because I have to bring this up.
Yes.
I have never seen a show that does equal parts casting as voice actors and equal part casting as actors in the best way possible. For me to like just give an example, you know who voices Sportsmaster in this motherfucking show?
Oh, I know. One of my faves.
Thomas F. Wilson.
Biff, baby.
Biff from fucking Back to the Future. And when you hear that and you imagine Sportsmaster, you go, oh my god, how has no one done this before? And the thing is, though, that happens so often in the show. This show is full of casting people that you know someone was in a room and says, I got it. Like someone's just in a room like, I understand. Yeah. I know the assignment. And it keeps happening. And there's so many characters in the show because it's an anthology style show. And every time it happens, I'm like, fuck yeah. Awesome.
You get James Arnold. You get James Arnold Taylor as Guy Gardner. It's like, no, that works. That works really well. Which is a problem because, like, what it comes down to is, like, I love Jaime Reyes. Jaime Reyes is, like, my favorite DC character of all time. Love Will Friedle, great voice actor.
Not together.
I don't think they should have cast him as a Hispanic teenager.
Okay, this was the era, but you're right.
Yeah.
Because if we did this again, there's so many good Latino voice actors that would crush this shit. But it's the era. It's the era. And I get it like this. We need someone that's plucky. And Will Friedle's middle name might as well be fucking plucky. But what we had to talk about is Diedrich Bader as Batman is unstoppable.
Yeah.
I don't know what other words to use, but unstoppable.
Yeah.
It took me so many years to warm up to the performance because I was like, he's doing it so monotone. He's doing the same inflection for everything. And as I got older, I realized, wait, that's the point.
Yeah, that's the bit.
He's playing like a very comically serious version of Batman, and that's part of what makes the jokes work. That Batman takes everything very seriously. And I like that he's not just doing an Adam West impression, which would be really easy to do for this show.
He feels like a mixture of all of the and I think casting a comedian, like someone who like does comedy a lot, works so well because he's able to voice him and never crack even a little. He like does every line full. And it's also funny, like also going from Secret Saturdays last time, having him go from Fiskerton to this is wild.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, he has a lot of range, honestly, because...
And this got him started in DC cartoons, I think, and he's had a pretty good track record, because after this he plays Guy Gardner, he plays Booster Gold. These are perfect roles for him, goddamn.
I was gonna say that like the role that he's kind of typecast in with a lot of people, like they always say, oh, it's. I remember at the time they were saying, oh, it's Hoss Delgado from Billy and Mandy. Like it's that voice. Obviously, people are gonna make that association. It's another show on Cartoon Network, whatever. But for me, like, yeah, I was like, oh, maybe he is kind of just like a one trick pony. He kind of just does like the same kind of like grim voice like this. But he does have like that range. It's his mannerisms and his like the stoic, like dry humor, that kind of stuff from him does kind of remind me of Brock from Venture Bros. And in
very
general,
Brockish.
This
yes.
show, I mean, we literally just talked about it with Secret Saturdays. This show is really Venture Bros-y.
Super Venture Bros.
Like, I know Venture Bros started before Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
I would not be shocked as they went on, they watched Brave and the Bold and were like, huh.
Yeah.
Like,
especially in like season 6 where there's a lot more, where they're like in New York and there's a lot more superheroes. Like,
I was going to say, in season 3, there's an episode with Captain Adam, and he's basically a kid-friendly version of a Venture Brothers character.
Right.
So the one that gets out to me the most is, we'll talk about this when we get to the show, but I kind of want to wait. Actually, anyway, this show has
Venture
really good dry.
Brothers. What am I talking about?
This show has really good like cold opens, and we'll talk about those later. Mm-hmm. There's one where it's Green Arrow and Batman tied up by Catwoman. Mm-hmm. And it feels like a Venture Bros because it's like this. Yeah, Catwoman, you need to be leashed and collared, and I'll hold that collar. And Green Arrow's like,
do you guys need a room?
No, he like, what are you doing? And she's like this. Oh, come on, Batman, you know you want to feel my whip. And he's like, Are you flirting? What is happening here? What the like? It feels like a Venture Bros bit. It feels like a Venture Bros bit.
Batman's like, she's just a cat burglar, not a psychopath. And Green Arrow's like, she tried to have us fed to tigers.
It's so funny.
One thing in general, like, not to be the like adult man talking about how this isn't a kid show. There was a lot of jokes and stuff that I was genuinely surprised. I was like, wow, I didn't expect this show to go there. Or it's just like things have changed so much in like the past 15 years or whatever. That even just characters shooting a gun and talking about like, I'm gonna kill you with this gun. I'm like, wow, you can't. Like, this isn't even me being like, things are too woke now or whatever. It's just like,
no, it's the opposite.
You can't fucking do like some of these jokes or like have characters, make these references anymore, especially not on Cartoon Network.
They had an entire song that was entirely sexual innuendos about superheroes.
Just literally, like, it's so funny. They call Green Arrow the F slur basically, and it cracks me up. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure his arrow flies straight. And Black Panther goes, "Hey, come on, leave my bisexual boyfriend alone. Like, don't be cruel." But yeah,
Fujoshi Queen.
I guess speaking of James Arnold Taylor is so good as Green Arrow here. Mm-hmm. I think he sounds a little young. But honestly, I can let it go.
I think that makes sense. I think this is a younger version of Green Arrow. He doesn't have the beard.
Mm.
This is also, I'm pretty sure this is Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He plays Obi-Wan in a lot of stuff now.
He's Ratchet. He's Tidus from Final Fantasy X. And Johnny Test, of course, his most famous role.
He was Harry Osborn in The Spectacular Spider-Man.
He's also Iceman in a lot of the Marvel games, which I think you hear this voice and you can hear Bobby Drake. This makes over. Also, another great accompaniment here, and I think he should always do it. I just think as long as Tom Kenny's alive and you need a Plastic Man, you have to get him.
Yeah.
I just think that's just like the truth of the matter.
We did the pilot for that.
Right? Yeah, we did the pilot.
Mm-hmm.
He did kind of become like the de facto voice for a while. Because like he hasn't been in a lot of stuff besides Brave and the Bold and the pilot. So I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he had such a good energy. I think like a sleeper performance before we like just jump around is not sleeper. It's good. I know I have friends who don't like this Aquaman because they prefer.
Why?
Listen, look. When you have the Justice League cartoon happen and he gets his hand cut off and he gets a cool hook and he's an edgelord, that's going to leave an impression on people. They want that.
It gave me insomnia.
Now, this
it didn't give me insomnia. I fucked up the joke. It put me to sleep. Snore.
But like, hello, Batman, my compatriot. Let's give these two a fish wallop. And I'm like, he's GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, I love it.
It's
I love
the best
that version of him. Yeah.
It's the only good take anyone has ever had on Aquaman, and I say that with full conviction.
Let's let's take a step back.
Oh, well, you love Peter David being like, see, he's not like Super Friends.
Mm-hmm.
He got his hand eaten off by piranhas, and now he has a hook.
Yeah, I kind of do. We've been over
What's
this.
wrong with you?
Listen, the episode of Justice League Unlimited where he fights the guy that turns to water and he like tries to drown him, and Aquaman goes, "You're an idiot," and just starts beating his ass. Rules.
I
That's
can't
what
get
Vegeta
into that
would
one
do.
again.
Dude, it's literally Vegeta versus Android 19. It's the coolest shit you've ever seen. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Aquaman isn't a hot girl.
Oh my god, woke, left.
That's
Maybe if
By the way,
Aquaman was a
that's
hot
Android
girl, I'd like him
18.
more.
Android 19 is the fat white guy that gets...
No, that's what I mean. Remember when Vegeta rips his hands off? That's what Aquaman
that's
does.
what I'm saying. I'm just correcting.
Wait,
you
hold
for
on. You're
Rexy.
saying Aquaman is a Vegeta in that situation?
Yes,
Yes, Aquaman's a Vegeta beating up Android 19, the clown.
Yeah.
No, the difference is I like Vegeta.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to hit you with a car when this
You have the
episode
like
drive you to fuck
Majin
over.
Vegeta T-shirt on that says like, I'm the fucking
Yeah, I
king,
got
not
the little
before me.
statue. I got the Funko Pops of all his different forms right here.
You cry
I'm
when
wearing
you
a
get Super Saiyan.
I'm wearing a Vegeta-themed condom right now.
I guess
Rock hard while we're talking about Batman the
Yeah,
Invisible.
You said the word Vegeta, and I went from 0 to 100 in a second.
Jesus Christ. Do you guys have any standout performances from like side characters like that have shown up? Because there's a lot of them. There's like a new character every 3 episodes.
I mean, Batmite is probably like Paul Rubens
Yeah,
as Batmite.
Batmite's
is just
pretty
like,
impressive.
It's just so good. I just love Paul Rubens, and him like doing that voice and being such an annoying fucking asshole, like just ruining it. Like I made sure to watch all of the episodes that he showed up in,
Which were not many.
Yeah,
so.
it was like 3, but it's just like they use it very sparingly, which I appreciate. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, in my case, it would probably be Jeff Bennett as the Joker.
That is really good.
Because, all of Batman shows have really good actors playing Joker. It's always a slam dunk. And I like that they're all different from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jeff Bennett is not doing a Mark Hamill. He's not doing a Kevin Michael Richardson.
Yeah,
he's doing what feels like a very, this is a classic 60s sort of sophisticated guy, but he's also a nutcase. And rules because he gets to play Red Hood, the sane Joker, and Joker, the Joker.
Yeah, he sounds like Peppermint Larry from Flapjack.
he does.
Very similar. We were actually talking about that in the Flapjack episode, that it's like, man, he does not pull out this voice that often. Like
He gets
what
to do
is
it
this?
here.
And I think, and the design complements it really well. Because, if you went back in time and told little old baby me that they were going to be able to adapt Dick Sprang's Joker to animation, I would have said, "Oh, Dick Sprang."
Yeah.
But it works really well.
Yeah. Of course, Corey Burton, always really good as like a robot guy. So him as Red Tornado is good.
Yeah, really good. I do also like D. Bradley Baker as Etrigan. I love Etrigan.
And he rhymes in this show, thank God.
Also, it's nice to see another person back from. It's nice to see Phil Morris as Jonah Hex. This was actually one of my first. I know Jonah Hex has episodes in Justice League Unlimited, but I didn't actually catch those when they aired.
Yeah.
So this was my first time seeing Jonah Hex, and it's so weird because the opening is just like this: "You damn scalawags, I'll get you. You don't want to mess with me." And then Batman shows up and what the fuck is going on? Batman, you know a cowboy with a scar?
Yeah.
And you're like, this is great, but I'm getting more of a Josh Brolin vibe from him. I think you should be able to raise the dead. Then we'll be talking.
Yeah. I was gonna say that I think that it's interesting that they get
Speaking
a bunch
of shit no one saw.
A bunch of voice actors from the Justice League and things like that. They come back and they don't ever voice the same characters. So Kevin Conroy is in the show, but he's as the Superman Batman from that one alternate planet.
You talking about Batman of Zur-En-Arr?
Yeah.
Talking about the alternate personality Batman made for himself in case he ever was compromised.
Mm-hmm.
That's
talking about corrupting his dad's last words of Zorro in Arkham.
Yeah.
That's so funny that that's what they do. This show is a love letter to everything that's ever been Batman and superheroes in a cool way, because they do stuff like that. They're like, hey, this is for you guys if you notice it and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. They were just really locked in on what they wanted to do. We talk about shows with strong visions a lot, right? And how strong vision is which is going to make your show, right? Brass Tacks might be the strongest vision we've seen in a cartoon. Every episode of this show, even the ones I think are sometimes boring, is so put together though, If the episode doesn't work for you, it's not because oh, it's an accident. It's just like it doesn't work for you. Like it's still constructed really, really well.
Mm-hmm. I think if we're just jumping around on stuff, that does bring me to like probably my major problem with the show, and like it doesn't ruin it for me, but it is significant enough that I feel like I have to talk about it. Mm-hmm. I think this show should not be a Batman show. Yeah. I think this show would have been a lot stronger if it was just a full-on DC Comics anthology, every episode a different team of characters, because there are a lot of cases where bringing Batman into the story kind of clogs it up, really drags it down, and oftentimes to the expense of the other characters. There are several episodes where the other character's role is basically just to gas up Batman for no reason.
Yeah, the Aquaman vacation episode didn't really need Batman in it. You know, I know that by the end they are like intertwined, but like that was just like, it could be anybody like that he's going to save, you know, at the end. It didn't have to be Batman from the Penguin, you know.
There are like 3 instances that really stand out to me, because like one of them is in an episode I don't like very much, Night of the Batman, where Batman gets completely bedridden because he gets fucked up so much, and there are 4 other superheroes who have to cover for him, where it really feels just like, this is why these heroes aren't as good as Batman. And there's a good episode that I do like, which is the Flash episode, where Jay Garrick and Wally West have to work together to save Barry Allen. It's like, you already have 2 heroes teaming up in this situation that's tied into their specific lore and brand and everything, and Batman just feels like a third wheel. And then there's the Captain Atom episode, which I love because he's the one character in the show who never likes Batman.
Right.
So, like, I agree with you. I do think it's a harder sell.
Oh, yeah. I can definitely see, like why they would have to put Batman in there.
Yeah, it's a harder sell.
They kind of did it a little bit later with, like, Justice League Action.
Yeah. Well, so this brings me to, like, some things I know about, like, production on the show. So this show was developed for television by James Tucker, who we talked about a little bit about Superman the animated show, stuff like that, because he's like a protege and worked alongside Bruce Timm a lot of times. And also by what is that motherfucker's name? Let me check my notes. Michael Jelenic, who is the guy who he works on like a lot of the what's it called, the Lego Batman stuff, which makes a lot of sense with the sense of humor in this thing.
You can like connect the dots from this show to all the Lego Batman stuff.
Yeah, like, and I think like the why they want to do this is both of these guys like Golden Age and like earlier stuff of Batman. Like,
all right, keep going. I gotta go get my groceries real quick.
Get your groceries. Great, I'll explain that. But yeah, like they both worked on things like this, and I think this was very much like developing into something, because we've heard rumors that they were like there was a Wonder Woman project also supposed to be coming around that was hard to get going. Yep. So there's like things about this show that I like a lot, and I think it's very well structured. But sometimes, even though it's well developed, like I said before, this can feel like the show that they had to compromise to make. Like I feel like there's some early sketch ideas. Like I think there's like, it's not a far stretch to go. Maybe there was other ideas that were gonna come out too, and this was like the one that happened.
See that, because I looked it up. Apparently the reason there are so few female characters in season 1 is because the toy company did not think female characters would sell very well, so they weren't allowed to use very many of them.
Yeah, because we're entering into the era of like toy sales dictating a lot,
which will definitely come up with some other DC shows.
Like a motherfucking hard, even the bad ones that get canceled because they don't have good toy shelves, and I have to like admit that that's fucked up, even if I think the show sucks. But yeah, I think. The thing is, though, I do think sometimes when they have women on the show, it can work, right?
Sometimes. I do think my second biggest flaw with the show is, like, it leans a little into some, like, Silver Age sexism.
Oh,
a lot of the female characters are defined by their relationships with male characters, and if they even get a defining personality at all.
I literally said before that I could deal with light sexism in a superhero cartoon that's 15 years old, the key word being light. And there's some episodes of this that's light sexism, and there's other ones that are not. I think it's wild to me that I think the character that gets like the most is famous cartoon character who does not speak Katana, which is crazy to say. It's crazy that she gets like a big character moment when it's Katana who just never speaks really.
Yeah, Katana gets like an arc over several episodes. Vixen doesn't get to speak at her husband's funeral.
Hilarious.
Oh god, we got fucking Buana Beast is in. Fucking Buana Beast is a big part of this show, which I do not like at all. I did not want to see a retelling of the origin of the white god of Kilimanjaro. Yikes!
I think he deserves it. I think he should be the white god of Kilimanjaro.
I think he should be dead.
I think.
Which, hey,
while we wait for Wyatt,
I got what I
do
wanted.
want to say it's cool that Tyler James Williams is in this. Doesn't voice act a lot. He's mostly just in live action stuff, like he's in Abbott Elementary. I kind of like him as Firestorm. He's a good Firestorm.
Firestorm. Okay, I wasn't sure who he played. Yeah, I like the Firestorm in this one. It's a good mixing of the two generations of Firestorm.
Yeah, just
but
another
it does.
example.
It leads to like another thing with the sexism. I noticed it with Jaime too. So you and I, we know Blue Beetle. Wyatt, whatever, he doesn't care about Blue Beetle. But we know that Jaime's friends are Brenda and Paco. The show adapts Paco, but not Brenda. And I was looking at Firestorm and was like, hey, wait a minute, didn't this version of Firestorm have a girlfriend who was like the voice in his head? And they adapted her out too. And I'm like, I don't know.
So I agree. That's an issue, but they've been like, that's not just this thing though. They've replaced Firestorm's inner voice being old Fires, like the Doctor for a while now. Like that's just kind of like the thing he does now. And I agree. Does Paco even talk?
Paco does get some dialogue, and he is voiced by Jason Marsden. I got the actor completely wrong. Max from Goofy. Which is another case of like, love that voice actor, love that character, don't mix them.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think like but yeah, the voice cast works here. I think the show's very structured, but I do think like after shows like, and there's sexism issues in Justice League. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
Right? But there's also like full episodes of that show that is about the women heroes and stuff like that. So it feels weird to go from that to this sometimes.
This show could not do an episode like Grudge Match.
No, not at all.
That has its issues too, but it was entirely about the female characters at least.
Yeah.
Now, but what I do love about this show, I love the art style. I love the music. I love the musical style they go with for this show. All the jazzy, big band, lots of percussion stuff. It really gives it a unique feel from the previous Batman shows.
Yeah, Andy Sturmer, who does the opening for this, does such a good job. It is such a good opening.
It's
like the
iconic.
It's like it gets you so in the mood to listen to it.
Bow, bow.
It's also the visuals are great. I like when I talk about like how structured the show is, I think that's another example of it. This is one of those shows where you could tell like it has a director for everything.
Yeah,
like, it has a very like Andrea Romano is back with another like voice directing, and me and Wyatt have talked about her before on other stuff. She worked on Avatar, Teen Titans, Tiny Toons, The Boondocks, things that like are known for how well directed the voice acting is.
I feel like I've said this before, but like any cartoon in the past like 20, 30 years that has a really great voice cast, she's probably involved in some way.
Yeah, she's just we underestimate how important voice casts are to like a really, really good show. And it's one of those things that bums me out.
Because I've seen like a lot of shows, video games, movies that have an all-star cast. Oh, hi, Wyatt. We were just talking about how like you don't care about Blue Beetle.
That's what we said. We were talking about Andrea Romano, who is the voice who's the voice director for the show, and how like we talked about her before, and how like voice cast direction is so good. I talked about it, but like if you ask yourself, why was anime dubbing so bad in the 90s and 80s? And the answer isn't that like no one was talented back then. The answer is they didn't have fucking directors.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, you look at some of those dubs and you see voice actors like, oh, Steve Bloom? He's great. Why is he so bad in this? And it's like, had a director who didn't know what they were doing.
It continues to be a problem even to this day, where, like, it's not, it's more so that it's, like, less common, but it still happens where sometimes they'll have just, like, the Japanese set, if it's being dubbed from Japanese, for games especially, like, they'll have the Japanese team directing the voice acting. So that's why, like, it sounds really bad in, like, Breath of the Wild and, like, you know, like, things like that. Like, those games where you're like, this should sound like a normal human being is speaking it, but why does Samus and Other M sound like a robot and saying things that like, an alien would fucking say? So
I think another part of the problem is, like, also, most voice actors these days, they sound like normal people.
Yeah.
Which is the problem. I think a lot of that, like, kind of unnatural dialogue would sound better coming from a character who sounds more over the top, exaggerated,
and the thing is,
cartoony.
That's a direction thing. That like that's it. That's a direction thing. Like but like that's always been a bummer to me. But like this show has such good direction, and it really does help with like getting everybody going. We also talked about the music, Wyatt, and how good the opening is.
Yeah, opening's real good. And we talked about before that I like that every episode has like a cold open, so it has like a little like one issue comic, one shot kind of thing, like right at the start to sort of like whet your appetite, and then it goes into it. Very rarely does it ever have anything to do with the actual episode afterwards.
Almost never. Yeah.
I feel like that's something they figured out as it went along, because you watch the first episode, and the cold open of Green Arrow and Batman versus Clock King is referenced in the main story, but as they go on, it's just like, these are two completely different issues of two completely different books, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it really adds to, like, the quality of, like, how this show is an anthology. Like, it wants you to go, like, hey, this is not like a Monster of the Week show. Like, it is. But what makes it different from, like, Justice League, where, like, oh, it's a big overarching thing going to like this. No. This show is, in fact, an anthology. Like, yeah, you'll see a guy show up again, and they'll make reference to something that happened before. But no, this is just a random thing. And I do love that. I do miss when action cartoons could be treated the way we treat stuff like SpongeBob reruns. Yeah. And that doesn't really happen anymore.
No.
I mostly agree, but I do think that overall, I think the show could have used a bit more serialization. Like this,
I don't know.
As the show gets on, it gets more and more silly, which they actually call out in the final episode. And I do think it's slightly to its detriment, because like you look at some of the earlier episodes, they're very much a campy Silver Age comic booky thing, but they still take themselves seriously enough to have characters like go through arcs and have serious consequences to their actions, all that kind of stuff.
I mean, even
and I kind of missed that as the show went on.
I was going to mention this when we were talking about it being a Batman show rather than like a Justice League show or something like that, or just like a DC Comics free-for-all kind of thing, is that there was an episode in season 2 where it was about Batman dealing with Joe Chill, where I was like, oh yeah, this is a Batman show. Like I actually had that feeling,
that is because
I had watched so many episodes that were just about other random guys that I was like kept forgetting that it was a Batman show that I was watching.
That is my third favorite version of the story where Batman confronts Joe Chill. After the original Silver Age one, which plays out similarly, but Joe Chill just runs into a room of mobsters and yells, "Hey guys, I created Batman." They shoot him, and then as he's dying, they're like, "Oh, we probably should have asked him who he was."
Right.
And my favorite version, the Grant Morrison one,
but not as bad,
where Batman tracks down Joe Chill, says who he is, gives him the gun he used to kill his parents with one bullet left, and says, "Sweet dreams, Joe." Leaves, and you just hear Joe Chill kill himself on panel.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking love Batman. You should have killed me when I was 8, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think like this show is like getting to like the broader street, like what the show represents. I think this show is also such a great introduction into wider DC things. I think like the amount of people who like watched this show and saw, what's the craziest example of a
Ambush
character?
Bug?
No, because
OMAC.
Well, no, but like those are like meme characters. I mean, like
the Doom
someone
Patrol.
who saw like the show and was like, "Wow, this is really cool. Who the fuck are the challengers of the unknown?"
Oh,
and
no one's ever
to buy
said
a
that.
book and like just look into it. I think the fact that like this show has so many characters that you could tell some kid would be like, "Man, this is stupid. What's going on here?" And I think that's like a quality that like I miss about like toyetic shows a little bit. Like, listen, I think it's cool to like dig into like, hey, but like in the Netflix show, hey, this show is about Trash Can Man, and he won't get the trash can until episode 9.
Yeah.
Like I think like that's
Dracula problem.
Yeah. The Surf Dracula problem. Yeah,
fucking Surf Dracula.
Like, I think Surf Dracula.
Media.
Yeah. But like I do think there's some like I do agree that's a problem, and it is. But this show has the opposite, and it's good. Of like, hey, did you see this guy? Hey, Batman's teaming up with. Who the fuck are the Metal Men? Like, that's cool. I'm glad they don't spend a lot of time explaining a lot of stuff to you, because I think it's neat for a kid to like open up Google and go, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
I did that for a lot of these characters when I first watched it. Like,
Yeah, for sure. I was like Yeah, there was a ton of them where I was like, "There's no way this was a real thing that existed." And then it's like, "Oh no!" In 1963, this character was conceived.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with a lot of drugs going around the office. You know, a lot of going on, a lot of cocaine.
They were having like a cocaine-addled fist fight. As someone said, "What the fuck do you mean you invented somebody named Calendar Man? I make Calendar King. I'll fucking kill you!" And they start choking each other out. It's like, you just fucking stole my idea. I
didn't.
The
Doom Patrol offices, like, you open the door to there and just, like, you have to hold your breath.
Just toxic fumes coming up. Wyatt, I'm gonna ask, what did you think of Kamundi?
Who's that? What I might
the
not
last
know
boy on Earth?
I don't think I saw an episode with them.
Basically, the world's destroyed, and he's the last human, and he has like little animal guys with like animal people that's taken over the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's Planet of the Apes. It's Planet of the Apes.
It's Jack Kirby watching Planet of the Apes, and Jack Kirby watches Planet of the Apes and being just like, "Only apes? That's fucking stupid. Watch this."
Yeah.
We need a dog guy, and we need like a weird crab dude. That's it. I'm on coke.
Sounds good.
Like,
and he's called Command D because he comes from a bunker called Command D.
It's
yeah, shove that up your ass, Stan.
Right. Yeah. I only watched, like I said, I watched all the episodes that were on this like comic book resource list just to be like, all right, there's too many episodes. Like, this show's an anthology, like we talked about. There's not like a reason to watch like the narrative threads or whatever. I mean, even the finale is just like a standalone episode just about how bad the show is. But like,
which I have mixed feelings about. It's like, yeah, but I don't like you saying it.
Right. Like, to me, it feels. I have mixed feelings too, because I was watching it and I was like, I don't know. It feels like losing confidence in your own creation a little bit. Though I do think that they did tie it in a really nice bow by the end. Like, the final scene is really sweet. Like, it's actually like very nice, like Batman and Ambush Bug, you know, at the like after party for the show, and everybody's like taking down the set around them, and you know, like they're just kind of like talking about like, well, I guess this is the end. It has like this it's very like chill and relaxed and mature for this kind of show, and I think that kind of meta ending sort of befits it pretty well. It did make me think of OKKO, which has a very similar
very
ending.
similar.
And in general, I have to ask Toby about this, if they were at all influenced by, because I know Ian Jones Cordy worked on Venture Bros like early on in his career, so that definitely influenced OKKO. But I wonder if this did to like any degree, because there's so many times where I'm like, yeah, where it's just like, oh, we're introducing like 5 new heroes with the dumbest powers you've ever heard of in your entire life. Like,
it feels like
coming in, they're fighting like these villains with the dumbest powers you've ever heard of. Like, yeah, this is just like, you know, like Point and like the villains and everything from OKKO.
Even the nicheness of some of the powers and stuff feels like OKKO. Like OKKO feels so like shonen when you think about it, but when you think about it, it's so Western comics. It's so deeply Western comics, and like it's so neat to see it. I guess one last thing I want to touch on before I get into stuff, as a show that goes pretty like real with like how characters are portrayed in comics back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This show swings at the coolest concept that could have like that. I feel like it could have been a whole show. The outsiders in this show are wild.
Yeah. Okay, so
having like Black Lightning, Katana, and Metamorpho be a teenage team that like are all runaways is so big brained, and like that episode feels weird in the season. Like, it feels like is this a backdoor pilot? Like, in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. That's just a weird episode, because like the villain is like, they don't call him it, but it's basically Slug, the apocalyptic god of perversion who made Superman and Big Barda do a porno. What? Hello?
Yeah.
Stop saying things to me.
Oh yeah, you hate it when I talk about obscure comic stuff. That's why you had me on the show 4 times.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing about The Outsiders, like, they have like a few episodes throughout the show, and it's fun seeing their characters grow and advance. But like, there is a problem with it though. Because, like, we get the Psycho Pirate episode. You know, Psycho Pirate, the guy who has the Medusa mask that lets him steal people's emotions.
Yeah.
and he's trapped Katana, Black Lightning, and Metamorpho in nightmares based off their worst fears. And Katana's is the guilt over thinking she got her master killed. Metamorpho's is the stress from being a freak who thinks everyone's
I'm going to defend this, by the way. Get ready. I'm going to defend this with my life in a second. Go ahead.
And Black Lightning's thing is he's mad that people are like texting and putting sprinkles in coffee.
Hold on. You listen here, cracker. Listen. You have no right. Listen, the hardest battle a black person will face is being a hater. I say that as a black person and a hater. Why? The episode like this. You put sprinkles in your coffee? What are you, 6? And he shoots lightning at somebody. He goes, like, the whole, his hardest turmoil battle is that he's a hater and he hates everyone around him for doing things that he dislikes. And I want to go, this is reductive and it could have come up with something better for him, right? But also real.
I would have liked it if it were in a story where, like, Katana and Metamorpho's origins were also similarly petty.
Yeah.
They kind of should have been like, yeah, Black Lightning got a kid killed.
No, I feel like it's funny because it really shows that Black Lightning has an okay life. I think that's what makes it funny to me. Like, it shows, like, Katana, like, oh, no, everyone I love is dead, and my master died for me. And Metamorpho's like, I'm a freak, I'm a monster. Black Lightning, what's your biggest problem? I just hate these niggas, bro. They be out here getting on my fucking nerves. And I think so
they're still making Adam Sandler movies. How could I be happy?
No, Wyatt, he basically says that.
Yeah.
He basically says that in the episode. Like,
That's good.
Literally, I'm like, listen, I want to get mad at this as that this is reductive to, like, the black character on the team, right? However, the bit is so funny, I overwrote it.
Yeah.
I overwrote it with the bit. The bit made me laugh. I had such a great time. I'm like, you know what? Everybody gets one.
Yeah.
Everybody
gave
gets
him a pass.
one.
Hold on. Carl Lumbly is Tornado Champion. That's kind of a crazy fucking... That's like a weird ass... I just didn't expect like an old guy to be like... An older guy to be like the kid of Red Tornado. Like that's just...
I mean, listen, having to live with Red Tornado will age you fast.
That's true, yeah.
But also, Carl Lumbly's also Tornado Tyrant. It's supposed to be like a callback to like his evil brother. Is why they have the same
Yeah,
voice,
sure. Well, I'm just saying that like... When he, like, he becomes Tornado Tyrant, like, at the end of the episode or whatever. By the way, like I said,
because Red Tornado can't do anything right.
Very fucking, like, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is really sad for, like, such a funny show, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with, you know, shows, like, more comedic shows having, like, sad episodes, obviously, but, like, genuinely, like him killing his son and then being like... I don't know what you're talking about, Batman. I don't feel any emotions. It was like, yeah, okay, buddy.
Yeah, that's because the only Red Tornado stories are the ones where he fucks up and cries.
Right.
Okay, you know what? Wyatt, can I get a second?
Sure. Are you defending
Rexy,
Red Tornado?
what the fuck is your beef with Red Tornado? I need you to explain. You have 2 minutes. I'm conning you. Go.
Yeah.
Okay,
what is your
name
issue
a
with
good Red Tornado story. You can't.
No,
There's none. Red Tornado
nigga.
is
Don't
not an
put it on
interesting
me.
character. He's mismatched. He's a robot that looks human but is actually a wind elemental, and he's sad about it. His defining characteristic as a character is that he's sad. He's a superpowered robot. How the fuck am I supposed to relate to this idiot? God damn, get that arrow off your head. You look like an idiot. You look like the worst Aang cosplayer, and Aang hasn't been invented yet. Go back to the old lady with a pot on her head. Ma Hunkle fucking rules. Red Tornado fucking drools. End of story.
So the episode was pretty good, though. Like, that was like
The
pretty good...
episode was pretty good. It's a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
No, it's fun. So Wyatt, I don't know if you know this. So they're gonna make a Red Tornado story that Rexy likes because me and Rexy have had this conversation about Metamorpho. Rexy's like, Metamorpho fucking sucks, and then a bunch of good Metamorpho stories came out at the same time, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you.
Listen, they made stories about how Metamorpho isn't upset that he's Metamorpho, and I was like, okay. And listen, they are making a Red Tornado story I like at the moment, and it is explicitly, textually about how he's an idiot who fucks everything up.
Right.
He's using predictive algorithms to make his teammates do terrible things for the greater good. And when Cyborg's like, hey, fuck you, he's like, fuck, no, please don't tell the JLU, please, fuck. I'm a little birthday boy, come on.
Dude, I can't.
Be nice to me.
The hater energy is just so like, crazy.
It's so funny, just like because the thing is, though, like this is a crazy character to feel this way about because like he literally is just a sad red robot.
Yeah,
and you hate him
I've seen
so
better.
much.
He's the worst version of the Vision, and I don't even like the Vision that much.
Right, that is true.
I get it. I get it. You're right, but it's just so funny to have so much hate towards just a red robot. Like if someone saw you in the street screaming at this like stoic, sad robot, I'd be like, "This, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah,
what are they doing to you?"
That's why his son
like, read
becomes
Path of the
evil.
Tornado. Read Path of the Tornado, and they'd be like,
evil.
"Oh fuck, you're right. Let's kill this guy."
Yeah. His son becomes evil because humans are so cruel towards robots. So everybody out there that's making fun of AI and all that stuff, like, you gotta stop, because it's gonna come back. It's gonna be the Rocco's Basilisk, and we're all gonna be tortured in mind prison forever, according to Mark Zuckerberg.
The Rocco's Basilisk is gonna be Red Tornado, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, you're gonna...
I'm gonna give that motherfucker a wedgie.
Yeah.
I guess, any last thoughts about
Don't they
Batman,
know even a robot can be owned?
Yep. Well, I think one thing that I talked about as like a criticism that we, like, maybe you guys got into while I was getting groceries, but just like the female characters, I felt like were like maybe not weak, but just like, I don't know, like none of the design. I know this is a problem with like every fucking DC show, but it just feels ridiculous. Like even in like 2009 or whatever, that like every woman still looks like exactly the same as like the same sexy lady kind of, like doll face sort of character.
But Wyatt, how can you forget the most unique female design in the show, Mrs. Manface?
Right. Oh, of course.
Oh,
that's one of those things where I'm like, how is Venture Bros less transphobic than the Brave and the Bold?
Now look. I do agree that all the women look the same, right?
Yeah.
However, there are degrees to this shit. You guys are so right. And I, as a lesbian, am going to be unprogressive for a second.
Right.
If Fire's design, with her hair rolls and everything, spit in the vicinity of me, I would jump and catch it in my mouth.
Right.
Okay,
she
Bottom.
is so fucking fine
Yeah.
in this show. Oh my God. Like,
And to be fair, I think Fire is one of the few female characters who's kind of done right by the narrative. Because she doesn't get a lot, but at least she gets to be a superhero.
Yeah.
She's in multiple episodes, like...
I feel like it might just be like a DC Comics problem in general, because there's just like a lot of like sexy women characters in general,
It
so
is.
like
That's
like
just
Black
comics
Canary.
in general, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I will give credit to like Lois Lane's, like she looks quite like she has a different like face shape, at least from like most of the other female characters, and I don't know. There you go. I'll give credit there. And in general, like I really like that Superman episode where he becomes like a cartoonish bully.
They just reference all the like Silver Age covers where he's being a dick.
Yeah. That is really good.
I will say also, this is
all those great memories I have of Superman. Power down, Jimmy, or I'm gonna have to put you down.
Yeah.
I will say this is also a like I am one of those people that I'm a little shitty about my Wonder Woman designs. I'm like one of those people. If you ask me how do I want Wonder Woman to look, I want her tiara over top of her hair, and this show does it, and it looks so good.
It does look good.
She looks great in this show. I also love that she is like Wonder Woman and shit. Like she's picking these men up easily. She's carrying them around. They do let her be very Wonder Woman-y, and you can kind of tell that the people behind this wanted to make a Wonder Woman show one day.
Yeah.
God knows that'll fucking ever happen.
They include her boyfriend Steve Trevor and make sure that he never overshadows her.
Right.
Make sure it's very much like, this is my little man who I peg, and he's like, I sure am.
Things that even movies named Wonder Woman can't fucking pull off.
Yep. Batman's like, what does she see in him? And it's like, shut the fuck up, Straighty.
Straighty is crazy.
Yeah, that's
the Cuck Crusader.
the fucking yeah. All right. Well, man, what is the next? I think the next DC thing probably is it Young Justice or
no? Because we were going to do an episode on the DC.
DC Universe,
DC Nation.
We're gonna do a special pilot pile up about the shorts.
Yeah, we also have to do one about Cartoon Institute soon, which is like all the stuff that like that's like our regular show and like Uncle Grandpa and a few like other things like believe that's where they came from, and
Yeah.
that was like right before. But we're gonna do CN Real first. So,
Have fun with that.
so
I feel so
Batman's
bad.
not in any of those shows, right?
yeah, no, that's
I feel so bad for you, Wyatt, because when we do the DC Nation shorts, you're gonna learn my favorite comic book characters show up in one of the shorts for maybe, and I'm not fucking with you here, 13 seconds.
yeah.
And I'm going to talk about it for 90 minutes.
I know
That's
exactly
good.
what you're talking about.
It's gonna be dog shit. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be so excited.
I
So-
think
But
saying one of
first-
them shows up for 13 seconds is being very generous.
Fuck you.
The
But yeah,
only I've only seen a few of them. As far as like the DC Nation shorts go, like Amethyst Princess of Gemworld was one that I watched just because I was a fan of the artist Brianna Jord. And I really wish that she got her own show. I mean, she even did like a pilot for her like webcomic at Nickelodeon, and then that just didn't get picked up, and that annoyed the fuck out of me. But yeah, what are you gonna do? But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so we got next up is the episode that I'm truly dreading, like genuinely, like darkness clouds over my head. I would rather do CN Rio or Casper's Scare School or whatever than talk about Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh
Oh my
boy.
god.
Which is the next episode that
Why?
we're doing.
Wait. That show's pretty good. Why are you dreading
I'm
it?
not-
Is it because of Star
Because
Wars?
it's talking
I-
about Star Wars on the internet.
I hate talking about Star Wars, and it's really long. So it's just a lot of
on.
episodes per season that I have
can
to
I-
watch.
Can I read out what you sent me about that? You fucking asshole.
Oh, I want to hear
What did
this.
what did I
Why-
say? I can't remember. I cannot remember.
Why
This
so-
is
DM
behind the
me.
scenes, folks.
Wyatt DM'd me a few
Oh,
days
yeah,
ago.
that's
I was
right.
playing a video.
Yeah,
What
that's-
do you mean like this? Talking about Star Wars with a woman next week and trying not to dominate the convo with a straining emoji. And I'm like, you fucking
Yeah, yeah.
asshole. Don't
Well, it's
fucking
that it's that the image of like that guy like
In
next
school
to the girl and
straining.
it's like trying not to fart next to a cute girl or whatever.
What you
like
need to do, what you need to do is you need to keep your mouth shut and let more talk about size noodles, okay?
yeah,
Who
you
the
can
fuck
talk about
is
fucking.
Size
Noodle?
You can talk
Don't
about.
glup shitto at me. What the fuck is a size noodles?
You know, the
You
singer
can
of the
talk
Max
about,
Rebo band?
Savage oppress or
No, hold on. I will talk about Savage and Press. That kind of goes crazy. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to it because I'm gonna have to sit down and watch. We gotta throw in a pilot up there in there, don't we? There's no way we're gonna be able to watch all that shit in a week. You're even close to it.
No,
Yeah,
we
that's like
probably are
9
gonna-
seasons or something. That's
We
like
are not watching
300
the Disney Plus.
episodes.
We are not watching Disney Plus seasons. You got me fucked in the ass.
But there's
when
only
you watch that shit.
one. There's only like that's the thing. I would agree with you that like we don't have to worry about that. But because there's like a Netflix season and then a Disney Plus season. So like, do we just?
Yeah, but at that point you also have to watch The Mandalorian
Wait,
to
wait,
get all
wait.
the
We're gonna say
lore.
Wyatt. We're gonna say Wyatt.
Well, I was just gonna say like I'm not counting like the Bad Bitch or whatever, like or Ahsoka or any of those fucking.
Yeah,
I
bet you
think
aren't
this
counting the
era
Bad Bitch,
of
man.
yeah, I think that the current era of Star Wars is much worse than the sequels were. Like people complain like, oh, the sequel, like that era of Star Wars was like that's terrible. It's even worse than the prequels. I think like the current like 100
The streaming
different
era?
fucking Disney Plus shows and like movies absolutely nobody on earth ever wants to watch, like the Mandalorian and Grogu or whatever the fuck.
Like
that's-
Solo, that movie that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like,
always
I
forget that
agree.
was a real movie that came out that like
It wasn't.
because I remember watching like even Rogue One, which is one that like Star Wars fans kind of like, and I was like, this sucked. Like I didn't enjoy it at all. And
Rogue
then,
One is not a good movie, but at least it's a movie that exists.
that's
Solo
true.
is
Like,
made up.
I
Dude,
respect
I'm going
it
to.
to some
I feel
degree.
in
I
real
still never
time-
watch Andor. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm not gonna watch it. But
In real time, I feel a bubble forming in my vein talking about Star Wars.
it's
Oh,
going
you're
to your
gonna love
heart,
that episode,
like,
huh?
slowly going to your heart.
Hey guys, this is
Yes.
Wyatt. For this episode, more couldn't make it, so I just have a steam kettle.
But yeah, next time we will be talking about Star Wars, I guess, and then after that
Yeah.
we have what?
Okay, so after that is our Halloween episode, which is either going to be, like we just talked about, the show Casper's Scare School, which is a terrible garbage. I'm sure it's not going to be good. Or Scary Godmother, both the Scary Godmother movies, which are not Cartoon Network things, but they aired on Cartoon Network.
Please, God, that.
Like, you would rather do that than Casper?
Yes, nigga, I'd rather do that than Casper. I should beat you to death. What do you mean you're asking me? Would I rather watch that or Casper Scare School?
Okay. Yeah. And then after that is all the seeing real stuff. So we're going to be doing an episode on just like seeing real in general, where we talk about some of the shows that like are literally like 6 episodes long or whatever, just like all in one episode. And then separate episodes for Dude, What Would Happen, I think is what Isaac wanted to be on. And then The Outsiders or The Other Siders, whatever the fuck, the ghost hunting show with kids.
So
like that with Cody.
At what point are you guys going to do a good show?
It's gonna be a while.
Wait to hear this. We got Garfield.
Yo,
Garfield's after that.
The big funny orange cat.
Yeah.
No, the bad CGI Garfield.
The king of comics.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we have Garfield after that, and then what's after that?
After that is Hero 108.
Holy fuck.
Hero what?
Hero 108.
Dude, you've seen it. It was like on, and then after Hero 108, do you have any clue?
Mystery Inc. So that after that is a show that's good.
Dude, me and Wyatt butt naked climbing through the fucking the desert, and we found an oasis called Mystery Inc. to drink water.
Yeah.
And we get fucking parasites and we still die. In
between that, we do need to do the, like you talked about, need to do the Cartoon Institute shorts, like or whatever. Yeah. Because Adventure Time.
Something good.
After that is Adventure Time. After Mystery
Holy
Inc.
fuck. So, sorry. We hit the oasis, and then we like, oh, God, we found dry land. And you get hit by a bus.
Yeah, because we gotta talk about Adventure. 10 seasons, multiple, like, HBO Max specials. Like, I guess Fiona and Cake can just do as its own thing.
Please, God.
Because that's still going.
Dude, my head hurts at the idea of watching Adventure Time.
Generator Rex is after that.
And then we're just back to normal nonsense.
Yeah, and then Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, Mad TV. I guess I'm interested in.
I'm interested in that too. Yeah.
Every time I see a clip of it, it looks like the least funny show I've ever seen in my entire life. But like that's, people say it's good, so maybe it'll be good. No.
Yeah, people say a lot of stuff.
Right.
Anyway, Rexy, thank you for. Rexy, I love you. You're my dear friend. I care about you so much. Everyone knows this. Mm-hmm. If I don't make it these next few weeks,
right, you have to be the new Cartoon Buffoons.
You have to kill Wyatt for me. No, okay, I'm telling you, I can't go alone.
I
can't go alone. Yeah, I need Wyatt to be buried with me like a fucking Egyptian pharaoh.
Grave like a pharaoh's wife.
Yes.
Like, can I kill him? Listen, can I kill him anyway?
You go ahead. You guys
gotta
jar him up with me in my tomb. I can't go alone.
I understand. I'll give you both a proper, very cheap burial.
Thank you for coming on, Rexy.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a blast. It's always fun to be with the buffoons.
Yeah, to buffoon it up, to talk about. Let's see, how long away is?
Don't mention the Dark Show, please.
I'm mentioning Beware the Batman.
Okay.
26 episodes from now, so
like 2 years.
Yeah, that's a long time. July 2013 is when Beware the Batman came out, which is like crazy. I swore to God it was early. I
thought it was 2016. That means that, goddamn.
So DC Nation and Green Lantern are before that, and Teen Titans Go is right before Beware the Batman. Actually, there's some staff crossover between Teen Titans Go and this show that we're talking about.
A lot of the like people who like concept make the concept for the show worked on Teen Titans.
Now they're fucking been trapped in that prison forever, so. You
can tell because like there's a lot of love for like old school stuff in both the shows. But yeah, Rexy. So I guess we'll talk to you, see if you want to be on something before Beware the Batman, because I know you like Green Lantern a lot. So
I really love the Green Lantern show. I would be honored to be on that.
Yeah, I like it because there's like Dinobot character in it. What's his name? Laser. Is that
Razor.
what's his
It's
name?
Razor.
Yeah.
Dude. It's Razor.
Dinobots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like Dinobot. He's basically Dinobot.
Oh,
He's like
okay.
a grim kind.
I
He's
get
like
what
a
you mean.
kind
I was
of.
like, wait, did I miss the episode with Slug in it?
Not. No, I was gonna say not the G1 Dinobots, the Beast Wars Dinobots.
Yeah, because he's a bad guy, and then he's a good guy,
but
and
he
also
has like
wants
conflict. He's like an honorable bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and like he wants to fuck the ship tech, which is what Dinobot did with Rat Trap. They had sex.
Yeah, Rat Trap's
really
in that
good.
show. I remember. They gave him a sexy green body. It was awesome.
Yeah. If I was Rat Trap, that would make it 1,000 times better of a show. So there we go.
Dude,
but anyway,
why was she so sexy? Anyway, Rexy, where can we find you?
Yeah.
You can find me at Blue Sky and Tumblr, both under Scarchomp. And I have a podcast to plug. Over at Audio Entropy, you can check out the podcast 3 Grown-Ups, where me, Maxie, and Crystal are going over the filmography of Adam Sandler.
Okay.
We're covering all his films, trying to figure out like what his persona is, all that stuff. We've currently made it all the way up to, I think we're going to be watching Billy Madison next, so that's going to be fun. We're finally getting into the era where he's the starring lead of the movie.
Dude.
We
Wow,
did
dude,
do 8 Crazy Nights, like
We-
on Cartoon Buffoons. Well,
Yeah.
not you. I'm just saying, Morgan and I, we did 8 Crazy Nights already on Cartoon Buffoons.
I fucking
And
hate you. I
that-
fucking hate you, Wyatt.
Oh, that episode
Yeah.
it really gave me a taste of what to look forward to. So thank you.
Yeah. Also, guys, I've been on an episode of the show.
Yes,
For
you
guys.
have.
I was on the Airheads episode because I do love that movie.
Yeah, it was a great episode for a great movie.
Well, if you need me to come on for the 8 Crazy Nights episode, I'll talk about it again. So
You rat bastard! Fuck you.
Well, we do need an expert.
I'm so pissed. I'm getting so angry. I hate Wyatt so much. Anyway, yeah. Wyatt, ask me where you can find me, bitch.
well, you can find Morgan. Oh, hey, no, that's,
You can find Morgan running towards Wyatt's house with a knife.
yeah.
You can find me
where
at
can
Girl-
you find you? Where are we all looking for you?
You can where are we all? What are you doing? Anyway, you can find me at Girl Next Door on Tumblr. I post about Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, and also just art and other stuff and wrestling.
Damn.
You also find me at. Did you say damn?
Because what's the apocalypse? What's the fuck's going on with the werewolves?
Werewolf
It's
the
'cause
Apocalypse. Because no, I'll explain the lore to you later. Anyway, you can
He
also
doesn't know
find
about
me.
the apocalypse.
You can also find me at what's it called on Blue Sky at Girl Next Door, where I post about utter nonsense. You have to get on it quickly though, because the streets are telling me that Equinox is founded too chaotic and also too lawful, and is trying to balance them both, and will blow up Blue Sky after not too long. So you got to get on it before he does all that. And Wyatt, where can we find you?
Oh man, you can go on over to that fucking big old internet. You can type into that goddamn address bar, twitter.com/WazRanger, WAZP Ranger, also on Blue Sky. I actually don't post that much on Twitter, but whatever. But it's mostly stream of consciousness stuff. But I do sometimes post about podcasts I'm doing or videos I'm making. Besides this show, I have Toku Talkers, which I do with Buster, where we just watch all the like weekly tokusatsu shows. Ultraman Omega, not good. Gozuger is pretty good. Zets is off to a good start. So
Man, you're giving it away for free.
yeah, go check all that out. We just talk about them. And then Horror Hole, which I do with Cody, where we just go and talk about movies. Morgan just recorded an episode with us. They'll probably go up in, I don't know, in like a month or two. That's about Nosferatu. The what's his name guy did it, Robert Eggers. Nosferatu.
Count
and
Orlok?
and then we're going to do, after that is Ernest Scared Silly or whatever the fuck Cody is making me watch.
I believe it's
not
Ernest
real.
Scared Stupid.
Okay, yeah, that's, there you go.
fuck you
So we're
two
doing
for
that as on Horror Hole, so check that out whenever that goes up. But yeah, anyway, if you want to support this show, going over to Patreon, boom, It's Only Magic. You get $3, you get the next episode, which is maybe Star Wars The Clone Wars, maybe a pilot pile-up, because, again, don't know how long it's going to take us to get through Clone Wars, because it's a long show. So you can get that next episode right now, $3 if you're listening to this on YouTube. If you're listening to this already on Patreon, thank you so much. If you want to support us, but you don't have that much money, that's fine. $1 still gets you Wow Cool Robot, which is me and my friend Wayne going through every single robot in existence. We talk about a bunch of Gundams. We talk Transformers, and Wayne doesn't know anything about Transformers, so I'm like, okay, so you see, Optimus Primal is actually the second iteration of blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's a good show. So check that out. It's like 5 to 10 minutes. You just get it all for $1. So, yay. And thank you all for listening. Thank you, Rexy, for coming on again. It was a blast talking about Batman, the Brave and the Bold, and talking about Neil Patrick Harris being a music meister. You know, that's all of the most important episode. So, all right, everybody, join us next time as we maybe talk about Star Wars or
pilots.
Yeah, we will see.
Star Wars
Goodbye.
is pilots. That's all,
true.
folks.